feel-good program starts right now. It's the home of good news. It's Stories Untold, and I am Bule Molebati. Today we are in Orange Farm to commemorate Utata Nelson Mandela's legacy. But on the 18th of July, of course, it was his birthday. How did you celebrate his birthday? This is how we are celebrating his birthday, but also commemorating his great legacy. We are on the ground today. It feels so good to be back, to mingle with like-minded people, but also do some good. We are here for Mandela Day, and we'll be building houses right here, changing lives and putting smiles on people's faces. Let's go. We travel to Orange Farm at the far south of Johannesburg, where Habitat for Humanity, together with the SABC and other stakeholders, are doing their bit to restore dignity and hope in the community of Orange Farm. And right now we are at our base camp, or you can call it an information center of some sort. This is where we come to get our PPE, but we will also be conducting some of our interviews with some of the stakeholders. Today, I'm standing next to Ndate Mdulu Tuli, who is a project management specialist at Habitat for Humanity. I'd just like to know, for people that have not had the pleasure of getting to know, are not familiar with Habitat for Humankind, what does the organization do?
So we are a housing organization. We've been building houses forever, and we are in 70 countries throughout the world. We are a child of Habitat for Humanity International, which is based in the US. Then we have our area office is based in Kenya. So we have a national organization which is in South Africa. So what we do exactly, we build houses. Since 2020, we have also been assisting schools in doing ablutions, which is a program that we call WASH, which is water, washer and sanitation.
Speaking about the families that are in need, what was the criteria specifically for this year and specifically for Mandela Week?
So this year, we were given a list of prioritized beneficiaries from 1 to 20. From the 1 to 20, what we do, we then visited the families. One of the first criteria that we look at the condition of the house, whether is the house able to host a family. So we look at that. Then the second one, it should be a South African family, and as well as they must earn less than 3,500. The plot must belong to the name of the family or the head of the household. So those are the very critical one. And more than anything, man, it whether do they deserve the house or not. You know, you look at the conditions tells you. You know, you get to those families that you say, no, I cannot live with myself if I'm not able to build a house for these families.
Since its formation, Habitat for Humanity South Africa has provided shelter for more than 10,000 people and brought volunteers together across racial, economic, cultural and social divides. This time around, they brought out representatives from Kenya who are also experiencing similar displacement issues in their country.
One of the highest challenges that we're facing is, of course, the housing need. We have millions of Kenyans still living in the slums areas like, Kibera, Mukuru, Ajenga. So we have so many Kenyans living in slums, and the need is very high, but the funding that we have is small compared to that. So we are partnering with organization and government as well to at least make a difference in that space.
We are using volunteers. In this case, we are funded by the IDC. So the funding came from IDC for 5 houses. So they also bring their volunteers. They bring their employees to build with us. So as you saw today, as they come through, we give them safety briefing. From the safety briefing, they go to site. So today they will be doing digging on the foundation. It's the volunteers. These are the employees from different units within ITC. So tomorrow another group will be coming through to do the same thing, but we'll be doing something else. We'll be pouring concrete. Then on Wednesday, that is when we're starting to build from the foundation up. Then we need 3 days to complete the walls. So that's what we'll be doing now.
In efforts to address the housing issues, Habitat for Humanity has collaborated with the SABC Foundation to spread the message.
As SABC CSI, we partner with various NGOs that are doing some work in the community, especially ensuring that they are doing work that is uplifting the standards of the people. So today, as you are aware, we'll be building a house. We've started the process, in fact, of building a house, and we are working with Habitat for Humanity. We have a partnership with them, and we work with them on many other projects. Some of the projects that we work with are as a result of SABC News insights or products that have been put out. So what we do is that we follow up on the stories that were on our platforms, and then we see how best we can assist some of the community members. SABC is still very much having a great impact in the community. We reach the unreached people. We broadcast in various languages, and we ensure that people know about the information that is essential for them to know for the development of their own lives. It could be that we're not doing it at the magnitude that we would like to do it because of some resource constraints that we are currently facing, but we are really dedicated and we are committed in making sure that we don't just give stories, but as much as possible, we are human, we have compassion, and we want to make sure that we don't just tell the story, but as much as practically possible, we can assist them, we can assist the community. Of course, ours is to broadcast, but we can also work with the like-minded partners that can bring in and invest some resources that will ensure that, like we are doing today and like we are doing tomorrow in Free State, that people can get decent houses. You know, that houses is one... Shelter, in fact, is one of the most important, needs that can ever be fulfilled for the people. And if we can build a house, even if it's for one person, it really goes a long way, and it makes a whole lot of a difference in the lives of the people.
Like the start of many other great things, it all has to start with grassroots. And this is the foundation phase of one of the homes that is being built for one of the beneficiaries for Mandela Day. It's the SABC Foundation and Habitat for Humankind. It's day one, and we are the first ones to arrive. Now, let's get the protective gear on and get to work.
Come in when you're tired to go out. Come. Again.
So you can...
Mbali Mabena is one of the lucky selected beneficiaries who is currently living in harsh conditions along with her 3 children. Forced to fend for herself to make ends meet, the young mom works odd jobs as a domestic worker to feed her family. Earlier on, we were at this particular construction site, and we were right at the beginning when the structure of the house was being laid down. I am really excited to see the progress that's been made, but for someone like Mbali, who is going to be a dweller of the house that's been built behind us, she must be feeling like this is taking a very long time because she cannot wait to finally move into her home. Mbali, thank you so much for talking to us on Stories Untold. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. Yes.
You were born and raised here in Orange Farm. How do you feel to see people come to your aid? Also, before we get there, I'd like to understand what life has been like for someone like you who has lived here for a while and has lived in a shack for a couple of years to finally have a house that's been built for you and your children. What's that feeling like, and what does that mean for the life that you are going to have in your kids?
I'm feeling excited, and since I was born and raised here, I now see the difference. Since my house has been building, I'm very excited. I can't wait to get inside.
Having to live here, is this your parents' home? Is it a family stand?
It's my parents' home. Yes, it's not a family home because since I'm the only sibling or a dependent, I live with my children. Yes.
So have you always been living in a corrugated iron building structure?
Yes, since I was young. Yes, I always live in the shack.
So then, Bali, how do you get by? You do have children. You have to feed, clothe, you have to provide a life for your kids and for yourself, of course. How do you get that?
Or by a social grants, I mean kids grant, and also I rented 2 shacks there. Yes, that's when I get my mini money for helping myself, since I have mini family. Yeah, because I don't have a family.
But how does Mbali get an opportunity like this? How were you selected?
I was selected by Habitat. They saw Babumtang, they saw my yard, and they were inspired about my story. Then they were busy encouraging me that don't give up, don't give up. So finally, the Habitat and IDC, they built me the houses you can see on our background.
Thank you so much. We'll be here to watch the process as it develops, and hopefully we'll be here when you moved in. If we're not here, please remember to send us the pictures or tag us on social media. Guys, let's check out Mbali's pictures on our social media platforms at Stories Untold SABC. The long arm of Habitat for Humanity also reached Ubaba Mbokani, who has been struggling with his health, and also to get a decent house. He applied for an RDP house back in 1996. Ntate njwetse hore bophelo bo bile jwang before o ka thola ntlo or before o utlwa ba re ba tlo haela ntlo o no phela jwang?
It was very tough. It was very tough. Ngoba since ngaqala ukugula, it's more tough. It's more tough. It's more tough. Mawuphuma nje engubeni nje nasokuqalile kuyapeyina yonke lento. Solo ngagula from 2013 hayi kwavele kwaba tough. Yeah.
O goletse mo Orange Farm ntate?
Yeah, ngasho ngifike ngina 37 e-Orange Farm. Ngifike ngina 37.
Go tlo jwang he o bo so haelwe ntlo le o fihla no yana?
Bengizokuhlunga kakhulu, bengizokuhlunga kodwa ayikho into bengizoyenza ngoba nginamanje. Bengibuza bona ubuhlungu.
Kodwa baba akhona ama RDP house. How come wena angeke uyithole? Usoyithole until no yana?
Into bengibuza yona namanje ukuthi kwenze njani, bangitshola ngezinhle engingazazi. And futhi into ebuhlungu engizwisa ubuhlungu. Kunezindle eziningi engizisebenzile zamona ama RDP. Ngakhela abantu abaningi Orange Farm yonke naseSoweto ngakhila. Kodwa mina ngihlala emkhukhwini.
So o tsibile jwang ka batho ba ba Habitat of Humankind?
Oh mama ngeke ngasebenza nabo la i10. Ngaqala ngisaphila ngakabi nje ngeke ngasebenza nabo. Sebenza nabo ngabhalisa kubo. Nabo ngabhalisa kuqala kwakube kwase kuyastopa futhi. Njengoba ngiphinde ngibhala. Umuntu ongincedile ngizobeka nje straight. Khona bebethi baba umtawu. Baba umtawu uye wangenzela ukuthi no uya ema-ofisini begijima ema-ofisini ledrobheni. Azabona yiyo yenze angi-approve akela. Baba umtawu ngohambe kakhulu maseqinisweni.
So ke batla o tseba hore ntate o ikutlwa jwang he ha a tlo thola ntlo, because it's a matter of days. Ka ha beke na fela or maybe beke tlang o tla bo so tse o thotse ntlo ya hao o ikutlwa jwang?
I'm very happy kakhulu futhi. Kungani ngihappy futhi kakhulu that way kwenzekala ngakhona kwathi noma nangasikhathi ngisesijele ngakhishwa uMandela namanje enhlathini ngikhishwa uMandela. Ngibonga kakhulu lelo khetla ngiyalibonga kakhulu. Ngoba ngakhishwa amalento zakaMandela uphume ngo90 mina ngaphuma 91. Yeah namanje nala ehlathini hayi ngiphume ngikhishwa ngendaba yakhe nakuya khona nakuyakaphuma. Ngiphume ehlathini manje ngibonga kakhulu kushuthi inhlanhla yami naye.
Right now, we are speaking to one of our own. It wouldn't be an event without the SABC rallying up and showing up. But now, of course, we are the TV side. There's also the radio side. I'm with a colleague from the radio side. Hi, Palisa.
Hi, Puleng. How are you?
I am good. You look really cool. How has the morning been so far?
It's been good. It's been a good morning. We've started broadcasting at 9 a.m. I'm from Channel Africa, the SABC's external service to the rest of the African continent. And of course, it's a beautiful day. I mean, we're here to commemorate the life of Nelson Mandela, but also to give back through the various organizations that are coming together to build homes for people today. So it's a beautiful day. Even the weather is agreeing with us today to say, hey, it's a beautiful day. Let's come out. Let's help those who are in need. And let's be together and, commemorate the life of Nelson Mandela.
This is the last question. I just want to find out, after your live broadcast, are you going to be, because I've spent a couple of days here here. Like I had to go in the mud, help with the building, although I didn't do much. Are you also going to be helping out?
I am getting dirty today. We are absolutely getting dirty. Broadcast ends at 12 o'clock, and as soon as we're done, I want to feel the mud. I want to feel some cement. I want to touch a brick. And definitely, I mean, it's not just about speaking, but it's also about just doing something. So absolutely, I'm ready to get dirty today.
Smile when you look at the embassy as well, please.
The Gauteng Department of Human Settlement, together with the IDC, joined heads to see this project come to life, to commemorate the spirit of Nelson Mandela and to aid the housing problems in this community.
For us, it's important that we work with the private sector as well as NGOs, non-government entities, SOEs, to also assist us in the delivery of human settlements. Our mandate, yes, is to deliver human settlements, but we have a huge backlog, and without partnering with the private sector, with NGOs, we're not going to be able to make a dent into it. I think importantly is just to be able to say to NGOs that there is a platform for you to engage with us. We can help you with identifying beneficiaries, those that are most vulnerable, that have been waiting for long periods of time. We can assist. We can also assist with, just identifying those needs that are required in our most vulnerable communities. For us, and for me in particular, what this means, it's just a celebration of Nelson Mandela Day, and ultimately, you've got to give at least 67 minutes of your time, but giving 67 minutes of our time in changing the lives of people for the better, for the rest of their lives is very, very meaningful to me, and I'm really glad and grateful that I could have been a part of it.
67 minutes!
As part of Mandela Month, the IDC identifies partners, NGOs, to look at how you can support communities, people in need. And over the last couple of years, we've had wonderful partnerships with Habitat for Humanity. We've done a number of projects, not only in Gauteng, but in other provinces, where the team identifies beneficiaries that are really in need, and the IDC is invited to contribute, to the house building. So they do apply for funding as part of Mandela Month. As we put together a program, we provide funds that allows for materials to be bought. But more importantly, because it's a month of service and month of giving, we invite all IDC employees to play their part. So we do invite employees to register, volunteer for the number of days that have been allocated to the IDC to help build a home for somebody.
I just want to talk about the family that is receiving the house today. How do you feel, and did you know about the challenges prior to this project? And secondly, how do you feel that this is happening to them today?
No, thank you very much. I knew about the project, the challenges of the families that are being beneficiaries today. And I am so happy that Habitat for Humanity decided to assist, because some of them are not approved by the government. Some of them, there are some challenges that the families have died and they have letters of authority. And since the government is no longer building for people with letters of authority, so it's a challenge for them to get houses. So I am so happy today that Habitat for Humanity is here to assist to build the houses for the needy. We have identified the needy families, like child-headed families and people living with disability. I guess 5 houses are going to be ready for Mandela Day, so that we accomplish what we stand for as the government.
As a ward councillor, having to see at least 5 houses being built for the people in your ward, what does it mean about the progress that is happening specifically with providing housing for people that live here, for you specifically?
It means a lot, because as I said earlier, that these people have been waiting for the subsidy from the government for too long. The contractors have been here and out, but they were not assisted because of those challenges that I mentioned earlier, that some of the original beneficiaries, maybe the parent, have died. So that is why they were not able to be built by those government subsidies. But the Habitat is here, and I'm happy. I am so happy. I'm thrilled, in fact.
ngizizwa ngijabule kakhulu ngiyayibona indlami yaphela akhani ngithi ukuthi ngingene phakathi ngijabulile kakhulu nje
hayi ngijabulile kakhulu baba kakhulu ngiyabonga uNkulunkulu ngiyambonga impela manje nasingena ekhaya nandakhile emva kwesikhathi eside ngilindile kodwa uNkulunkulu wazolenza icebo lakhe lokuthi ngingene ekhaya.
And in the true words of Utata Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done. We hope that today's program has inspired you to start that initiative that you've been talking about, reach out to that particular community that you've seen struggling, and also just do internal work to upgrade and improve yourself, because it really just takes one person to do much bigger difference in any situation. From myself here on Stories Untold to the rest of the world, thank you so much. Let's keep the legacy alive. Goodbye.